Here you can enter your current savings. So let's say, for example, 50,000 euro. Here you can choose your time frame, past or future. I recommend starting from today. You can choose the time frame you want to do the plan for. So I would say, for example, for the next 10 years, let's keep it simple, guys. For the next 10 years, starting today, you have 50,000 euro saved. So here you can see you can choose the inflation metric that you believe. So let me explain. The first one, the CPI inflation. This is the official version. This is the number that central banks or governments gives you, but based on a limited consumer basket, and it ignores a lot of things. They keep changing the services and everything in that basket. So they say inflation is 2%. So here you have 2, and you can see your savings are just losing value year after year. So in 10 years, you can see you have only 41,000 in savings. That means that you just lost, with inflation, 10,000 euro. If I came to your house and steal 10,000 euro, you wouldn't be happy, right? That's what happens with inflation. That's what happens when you're not investing your money. Anyway, I don't believe in CPI. I believe inflation is at least the money supply, okay? M2 money supply, and it's around 10% every year. This is the growth of the money. This is how much banks are printing every year. On average, they are printing at a rate of 10%. That means that your capital needs to grow at least at 10% per year. Maybe if you invest in a S&P 500 ETF, you might be able to protect yourself from this inflation rate. So you can see now that if you believe in this metric, in 2035, in 10 years, you will have lost around 20,000 euro. This is basically theft, okay? Now I invite you to watch my theory. This is Jeff Booth's theory, but I believe in it, that real adjusted inflation or real term inflation is more around 45% every year. Because this includes not only monetary expansion, as we have seen, but it takes also asset inflation, okay? Real estate, price going up, equities, stocks going up. So it's a more real kind of way of measuring inflation. And also, and this is the most important thing, it's taking in consideration technology deflation. What I mean by that? I mean that the technology that we use every year, the new technology that we use every year, are creating productivity gains that should translate into lower prices in the economy. But we are not experiencing lower pricing, we are experiencing same prices or even higher. So that's a big stealing to be added. But I will go further on another video. So here, if you believe inflation is 45%, you will see that in 10 years, you lose approximately everything. You lose almost all of your savings due to inflation in terms of purchasing power. We always think about purchasing power and opportunity cost. Now, talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a new baseline. Bitcoin isn't hype, it's math, it's code, and it's policy. Since 2009, Bitcoin has delivered 124% annualized performance CAGR and more than 70% per year on average since 2018. Bitcoin has a fixed, transparent supply, immune to dilution, manipulation, or political interference. You don't have to believe in Bitcoin, but you do need to know what your money is doing while it's sitting on a bank account. So you deserve transparency, and this tool gives you that. You see how much your money is really worth and really losing due to inflation. You understand what's at stake, and if that makes sense, take your first step with us. Why? Because if you believe inflation is around 20% or 45% every year, that means that you need an investment that is giving you at least 20%, 45% or more if you want to keep your purchasing power. So here you have also a link where you can pay and invest directly in Bitcoin. So yes, here you have two links that you can use to start investing in Bitcoin on your own if you feel like you can do it on your own. And if not, you can access the online program that we have built for you, or you can book a free call to know more about our one-to-one coaching.